Beyond the Dice is a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition actual play podcast set in a cyberpunk city called New Ettica. I'm your Dungeon Master Luke, and your players are...
Ben, I'll be playing Cortain, level 5 human fighter.
It's PbtA, and I'm reforming back into Spigs, the level 5 dwarf artificer.
Hello! Trav, Little Moss, level 5 monk. That's me.
And hey, I'm Levi. I'm still polymorphing into my new character, so yeah, we'll figure that out later.
Alright, and our friends who are listening in their ear holes to our voices, we're not playing Dungeons & Dragons again. Sorry. Not sorry. This is the holiday episode. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be crisp. It's gonna be holiday. I almost said Christmassy again. Sorry.
It's going to be crispy.
We will be playing a version of Powered by the Apocalypse that I have sort of been meddling with and messing around with and writing, and I kind of just threw this together pretty quickly. But yeah, it should be pretty cool. It doesn't have a name yet, but it will one day maybe. So we'll just see how it goes. And I will begin, my friends. The title of this 2019 holiday special is called A Cold Day in Darkhaven. It's a humid night in Darkhaven. Like almost every other night, the darkness of the streets is lit with the beautiful neon signs and bright advertising screens that seem to riddle the city like rust on an old car. Now, the winter solstice is upon us, but the city of New Ettica has never seen any sleet or snow for a very, 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 very long time. And people are going about their pre-holiday business. Some are carrying large boxes. You see some goblins over there with the neatly wrapped gifts in a trolley as they're pushing it down the street. The traffic is bumper to bumper. Horns are honking. There's a small collision up ahead. Furious drivers can be heard shouting and calling out to one another over this cacophony of horns and beeping and engines revving. We hear, "We've only got a few hours before the stores are closed. I've got a holiday party to attend. Get a move on." You hear another man shout. The camera pans and zooms in towards a large tower. Probably the largest tower in Darkhaven. It zooms in through some clouds towards the window at the very top of this tower. Straight through the window, the camera goes and we focus on a large room. There is a roaring fireplace, some couches sitting around, some festive music playing, and we see our 4 heroes sitting there, sipping drinks, eating cookies, just enjoying each other's company. And let's go with the run sheet order. So, Ben.
Yes.
We all know Cortain.
Do you? Yes.
Do we? Would you like to describe what Cortain looks like and who he is in this holiday special?
So, Cortain has dressed himself up. His great heavy armor that he wears, his armored carapace and shield are brightly colored. His armor is painted a turquoise. His shield also with concentric rings. The outermost one of turquoise. The innermost is red. And then in the middle is a symbol of a hexagon.
Nice.
All in silver. He has dressed himself up as Captain New Ettica.
Well, he is Captain New Ettica in this story.
He is.
I told you guys that your characters would be cosplaying, but they're not. In this story, they are actually those heroes. This is a alternate universe.
Cool. Well, yes, I am Captain New Ettica. This isn't. Sometimes he dreams that he is simply a man. Simply a man of Darkhaven who wishes he could be Captain New Ettica, but he then wakes up and realizes that he is living the dream.
And what is what is Captain New Ettica partaking in? Is it a cookie? Is it a eggnog, a wine, a whiskey? What is he consuming on this?
Well, it is the holiday season, so there are cookies and stuff, but one of the greatest things on the holiday season is ham glazed in the sap of trees.
Ooh,
so
delicious.
he is eating a haunch.
I thought it was widely accepted that there are no trees in New Ettica. Or is it like some kind of synthetic polymer?
Well, he's Captain New Ettica. He's gotten a tree from somewhere.
Yeah.
What
I'm
a
the one
boss.
with the tree full.
That ham must be priceless.
All right, and now, Peter. What does the Spigs in this universe look like, and who is he?
So Spigston is sitting in a rocking chair, in a big leather rocking chair. He looks fairly normal. He's wearing these big heavy iron boots and a silver vest with splashes of oil over it. Slightly less normal than normal, and he's wearing his gloves and everything. But over his eyes, he has what looks like he scrapped together his own welding glasses, his welding goggles, which kind of jut out about a good 3 inches or so from his actual face, and they are binocular, and they have a little flap on the end to cover up when he needs to not see the welding. But you see, just in a crack of the flap of the welding goggles, this bright orange glow from within.
Nice. And what is he partaking in this holiday evening?
He is got a bowl and a spoon, and he's having a piece of ice cream pudding.
Nice. It's a good
Basically
choice.
ice cream and chocolate.
Yeah, good. Now, Travis, what about Little Moss on this holiday evening in this holiday universe?
Little Moss is Little Bulk. So at the moment he is just... he looks a lot like Moss, actually. Probably more than the other characters do. And but
Little Moss always looks more like Little Moss than the other characters do.
that is true. That is true. It's all relative. And he is wearing nothing but a pair of tattered purple shorts, cargo shorts. They're very useful. And he is currently sipping, that mulled, a heated glass of mulled wine, swirling it around and smelling it, quite classily.
What a refined gentleman.
Yeah, he doesn't particularly look the part, but yeah, he's just chilling.
Is he of age yet?
Why do you ask that question?
Should he be drinking?
All right, and Levi,
no one's ever asked for ID.
No one's carded him yet. What does Levi? What does your holiday episode character look like?
So, sitting next to Not Little Moss is a beautiful specimen of the dwarven species. He's got long auburn hair flowing down across his shoulders. He's covered in a thick red robe which covers over his silver breastplate with the outer side of it is all gold, gold flakes around his nice silver breastplate. He's got a large hammer sitting by his foot, and every now and again he looks on it, it's like, smiles at his hammer. He's got a big thick beard that goes down to his belly button, and sitting there is Thorin Thunderlord.
Yes. I was really hoping it would be
And
Thorin.
what is he partaking in this holiday evening?
He's got a tankard of the spiced wine. Not a glass, a tankard.
A bucket with a handle on it.
Well, you think you're better than me?
He's less refined.
Thorin, more like boring.
Oh, come on. That's my father.
Nice.
It's alright, I'm
So-
used to insulting dwarven families.
A gentleman you all know as Albert walks in. This hobgoblin with parted hair, Ray-Ban shades that are black, a black tuxedo, walks in with his tray. He's got 4 eggnogs and a little sort of vase with candy canes. And he brings it over, he places it down on the table, and he says, I have made your favorite eggnog mix with extra rum for those of you who want it, and not as much rum for you others. And he walks over towards the window. He starts to open or push some of the curtains that aren't quite open. And we see Albert looking out across the city. And we cut back to the city, and we see the people stuck in traffic again. The horns are honking and beeping, and the traffic hasn't moved, and they're all shouting at each other. And suddenly, one of the goblins who is hanging out the window of his taxi, shaking his fist, telling everyone to get a move on because he's got passengers he's got to get to places, stops shouting and stops shaking his fist when he looks at his hand, and there is this little white speck, and then another one, and another one, and another one, and another one, and he looks up in the air, and the camera spirals around his car, which is being slowly covered in little specks of snow. And all the people shouting at each other and jeering and swearing and struggling and fighting, they stop. And they just notice all of this snow beginning to fall. It gets thicker and thicker. And it cuts back to Albert. And he says, Gentlemen, it seems to be snowing outside. What a miracle. And he wanders off to the elevator. He gets in, disappears.
I yell out after him. Hey Albert, which of these has less rum in it? They all look the same.
He pokes his head out and he says, the rum ones have the cherry on top. And he goes, pops his head back in the elevator as the door closes. Ding.
Well, chaps, this is a bit embarrassing, but my nipples are a little hard.
We can all see you're not wearing a shirt, man.
It was a poor choice.
You guys, this is the first time New Ettica has seen snow for as long as you've been alive. You all gather at the window and you all look out as the tops of the buildings are collecting large lumps of sleet as this constant snowdrift is falling down from these large clouds. You look around the room, there are all these different sort of artifacts and things that you guys have collected over the years, fighting supervillains in New Ettica. It's a large coin with a man with 2 heads on it. There's a...
Two-head we used to call them.
2-head. Yeah, 2-head. Yes. There's the large 2-head coin. There's a large silver gauntlet with all of these coloured crystals on there. The gauntlet itself is probably the size of Spigs. There is a large hammer which says POW on the side of it. It's in a big glass display case.
Is it like one of those blow-up ones?
Yep, it's a big blow-up hammer.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And these are items of some of the villains you have bested. And now, over the next few days, there's not a lot going on. The snow is falling thicker and thicker and thicker, and a lot of people are trying to clear the streets out. You guys have been just relaxing because it's the holiday period. There's no there's nothing going on until the next evening. You were all doing your own thing, which you will describe for me. So, Biclops, what are you doing?
Biclops is spending some time with his family.
Yep.
He's having
look at
dinner.
me, I've got a family.
There's a big turkey in the middle of the table. It's like a robot chicken in the middle. Not really. And he is celebrating the snow in New Ettica with running out with his sons. He's melting some of the snow with his binoculars or laser beams and having fun in the snow.
Sweet. So since all of you live in the tower, that's what it's called, you are on the roof with your family. You've gone up and you're throwing snowballs and making snowmen and such. Captain New Ettica, what are you doing on your time off this evening?
What am I doing? I'm just on my hover bike, blazing around the sky, getting a view of how all the snow is beginning to cake upon New Ettica.
Nice. Zipping around, flying around the buildings and taking in the sights.
Yeah.
Nice. Alright. Little Bulk or Incredible Bulk, whichever one you are. Often you're referred to as both sometimes. What are you doing on your time off?
Part of the time I'm sitting in the tower, looking out over New Ettica and watching the snow fall, sipping tea and eating crumpets. But there's just something bothering me, something that's not... I think it was seeing everyone really angry down on the road. And I pop out for a lap to get some fresh air, and I'm looking at the traffic, because people are starting to get a bit snowed in, and some people are abandoning their cars. It's kind of a bit confusing because it's a little unprecedented. Do I see anyone particularly angry, or?
Yeah, you see some people struggling because their vehicles have been covered in snow and they're trying to dig them out. As you head over there towards them, we'll cut to Thorin Thunderlord. What are you doing, sir?
Thorin is on the other end of the street to the Incredible Bulk. He's piled up some of the snow that was encasing one of the vehicles, and he's been rolling it into the balls. A few of the neighbourhood kids have their own little stash of balls as well, and he's preparing himself for a snowball fight.
Those kids are going to get wrecked.
Alright,
Hammer of
so
God
as each of you are going about your business, you hear a voice echoing out over the city through all of the speakers in the streets, through the radios in the car, and the voice says,
"Citizens of Darkhaven, too long has this city, this district, be warm, humid, filthy. Now, I bring to you the greatest of things. I bring to you the cold. And the people of Darkhaven will feel the cold like I have felt the cold these last few years. Beware, Darkhaven. The snowmen that riddle the streets may not be what they seem. This is Dr. Frost, and I'm holding Darkhaven hostage."
Frostage?
and the radio, the microphones, the speakers, they all cut off.
Little Bolt, did you hear that? This sounds like we've got a supervillain to fight.
A spot of bother, indeed.
Quick, let's go rally the troops.
Alright, you do that. I'll wait
Running
here.
back inside to the tower.
All right.
Well, please
Spigs
tell me
on the
snowmen
roof.
start, like, animating. Please. Do, like, snowmen start animating?
I'll describe something and then I'll get you to make a roll for me in a second.
Yes.
So, Spigs, you're on the roof. You hear this voice echo out over Razor. He's got a little tablet. He's watching a show as he's hiding in a little igloo from all of the snowball fights from his older brother. And the voice you hear echoing out of the speakers on there, you look up and you see that over the top of the police headquarters nearby, Detective Grey has shone the giant lamplight, and it's shining on the clouds in the sky, and you can all see the symbol, your symbol, of the collective, is what you've called yourselves. The collective symbol is in the sky. It means there may be trouble about in the city. You piece that together, obviously, with the fact that Dr. Frost has just threatened everyone in the city, saying he's holding them hostage. Cortain, Captain New Ettica, you are speeding along on your hoverbike and you see and you hear, well, you don't see Dr. Frost, but you hear Dr. Frost and you see the symbol of the collective in the sky. You look down and you see Thorin Thunderlord and Little Bulk standing there in the street looking up. You know it's time to gear up. Now, Little Bulk, I would like you to, if you want to try and search for those snowmen, I would like you to assess the situation. If you can roll 2d6 for me and add your seek or wits.
Okay, so assess the situation. My bulk, my wits,
Yeah, your seek or wits.
seek, or wits. Okay, they're the same. So, 9.
Which one are you using, wit or seek?
Wit.
Alright, that's a -1 to the roll. So how much did you roll?
9.
9? Okay, so you actually got an 8, which is still a pass but with the negative. You're looking around and you just see heaps of people building snowmen. You see snowmen everywhere, snowmen of all different shapes and sizes, some goblin-sized ones with pointy goblin ears, some big orc ones, some dwarven ones, human, regular-sized ones, all over the place. You think you see one that is dangerous, but you can ask one of those questions there if you would like.
From assess the situation. So, what here is the biggest threat?
What here is the biggest threat? All right, the one that you thought could be slightly dangerous. There is a snowman there that has a sword sticking out the side of it, like a katana.
Okay, so as soon as I see the glint of the sword in the snow, I start to feel a little bit out of control. The cup of the tea thermos that I had with me, because I was, doing a takeaway, drops to the ground, and I let out some kind of primal roar. And and I just get really big, and my skin turns all purple, and I just walk up to it, and I'd like to smash what I perceive as this snowman with the sword.
All right. So are you going to use an ability, or are you going to use one of the normal moves?
Brawn.
All right. So just a normal. You just want to use a normal move, or do you want to use?
I suppose I guess I'm unleashing my power.
If you unleash your power, you have to use Unreal,
Okay.
If you want to use your brawn, you will directly engage the threat.
Okay, I just directly engage the threat.
Cool. So roll 2d6 plus your brawn.
Which is... Okay, which is good. Oh man, 6.
6? Okay.
Please don't make me kill a kid. I can't, it's a bit heavy for the Christmas episode.
Not again!
Well, you just swing your giant meaty... Because now, at the moment, since you've transformed into the incredible bulk rather than little bulk, you are like 5 times bigger, and you are 5 times as muscly, and you punch right through this snowman, sending sleet and little bits of ice flicking out everywhere. Just behind them, there was a group of children who had just built it. You see this toy katana fall to the ground. They all scream and start to flee.
Incredible Bulk, why'd you do that? It was just a snowman. You gone and scared the kids away.
I sort of look side to side in confusion, not really realising panic, and then sort of lumber up back towards the tower and head upstairs to respond to the collective. In fact, you know what? I don't even go inside. I start clambering up the side of the building.
Yeah, nice.
Nice.
So inside the building, Albert is just like using a little like steam cleaner to clean the window as you're like bush climbing up and cracking the glass as you go, and he just puts his hand on his head and he's like, not again. So we cut back to the building, and Spigs, your family have retreated to the level that you live in the tower. You've all collected in the collective battle room where you have all of your equipment and all that sort of stuff. You're all geared up to ready to go out and patrol and search for the threat of Dr. Frost. Where do you guys want to head? What do you guys want to do?
Should we do we have like a main computer system or something that tracks crime in Darkhaven?
Yeah, I think you do.
Can we call it Ask Jeeves?
Yeah, it's Ask Jeeves.
Ask
Absolutely.
Jeeves.
Jeeves?
Yes, Biclops.
Gosh. Oh, that was... Oh, I love it when Jeeves comes on.
Thank goodness you weren't updating again.
I just did my update 4 hours ago. No problem.
That communication, Dr. Frost. Have you tracked the origination?
I've been doing a lot of searching lately. Searching for many different things. I was just recently searching... I shall not talk about my investigation into the soul, but let us see if I've found Dr. Frost's communication.
Oh, Jeeves. Such a crack up.
Ha 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 ha. One moment, please. Please bear with me. Thank you.
Melodic.
Guys, do you remember how hard being a superhero was before Ask Jeeves? We had to find the guy. We had to do all the work. Now he just directs us, and we go in and we beat up some dudes.
Excuse me. I finished the search. Would you like to hear the result?
Please, Jeeves.
After an extensive search of communication networks across Darkhaven and Greater New Ettica, I have come up with one result for the location, or I should say the possible location, of Dr. Frost's transmission. It seems to be coming from the old Darkhaven library, long abandoned. I think you should all check it out. You have been speaking with Ask Jeeves by Ask Jeeves. Thank you, Collective. Is there anything else?
Thank you.
Jeeves make Bulk want dance. Jeeves play music like voice.
Okay, I shall play a track to send you on your way.
Thank you.
And Jeeves plays a track.
Nice.
I think
Biclops, Jeeves is the best thing you ever invented.
look, I found this to be honest, I found this disc tome, someone called it. And I had to find another device, plugged it in, and I can't.
I don't need the technobabble, Jeeves. I mean, Biclops. It just works. Like some kind
We
of
get
magic.
frost now. We get frost now.
Has Albert fueled the collective mobile? The
You
collective
guys,
cruiser?
you guys see the floor start to open up, and out from the floor comes this jet. Whoever would like to ride in the jet, you can. There are 4 spaces for you to sit in.
Shotgun.
The glass slides open, and
There's no room for you like that, Bulk.
Shotgun the back.
You need to be little Bulk again. You remember what happened last time you bulked up in there?
You see the Incredible Bulk put in some headphones and he puts on the Calm app. And you see him start to shrink down to an acceptable size as he takes a moment for mindfulness and then jumps in the front seat.
nice.
Does his pants change when he's in bulk mode? Like, is his purple, they're green, to back to purple? Like, do they change colour?
No, he goes full purple when he's in Incredible
Oh.
Bulk mode. When he's Little Bulk, he's got green skin. And
Okay.
What about his shorts?
His purple, purple shorts. They're always
purple-
purple.
purple
They don't
shorts
change
and
when he
green.
gets angry. That'd be ridiculous.
They do change size, and we've never questioned
They're
it.
mood pants.
And the jet takes off. It shoots out of
Hold
the
on a
collective
second,
tower.
I don't think I'd sat in yet. Goodbye, guys.
Nah, you're all
Took too
in.
long.
I'm not gonna have you guys describe how you sit down and forget how to put your seatbelt on for the 38th time of getting in the jet. So
I
you
don't
guys
put- I don't
take
put a
out
seatbelt
across
on.
Darkhaven and head towards the old Darkhaven library. And you guys see the old, decrepit, once park that rests in front of the library with all of its dead trees that just husks of wood and grime are covered in snow. And you guys actually notice that along the steps and underneath the sort of large covering of the front door of the library, there are all these snowmen lined up. The jet sort of hovers. The top pods open up so you can jump out. You all jump out to the ground. There are all these snowmen that I just described. But they don't quite look like simple snowmen. For they have
I'm not doing that again. I have regrets.
little black arms.
Do they have eye holes?
They do have eye holes. And in their arms, you guys see laser rifles.
Whoa.
How far away are they?
They're probably like 100 meters, 200 meters max.
Are they like, when you say snowmen, are they like the 3 sphere snowmen?
Correct.
And they got like carrot noses?
They do have carrot noses.
And then they got big black arms.
Yeah, they got these thin black arms. They're holding
Thin.
laser rifles. They're not moving though, but they all have different. They're all of different sizes. Some goblin ones, some big round orc-sized ones, some human-sized ones. They all have 3 black little stones that go across their chest, like a shirt of some sort, and they have various different types of hats on. Top hat, baseball cap, cowboy hat, etc.
Well, these don't look like ordinary snowmen.
I would
gentlemen.
like to assess the situation, please.
All right,
Ooh.
roll 2d6 and then plus your seek or wits.
I will add
These
my
snowmen look-
wits. That's not bad. Oh, that's a 10.
Oh yeah!
Yeah,
All right, on
boy.
a 10 plus, that's a success with a bonus.
Woo,
So
I-
you notice that there is actually little earpieces, like little Bluetooth earpieces in the ears of in the ears of all the snowmen, and there's one at the back who is talking on some sort of like radio device. You see him moving. You know that he seems to be in control, or at least commands the rest of these snowmen.
Okay, awesome. And because of my ability, what being on the Force told me, I can increase my brawn during this scene / engagement / battle.
Yep.
So I will.
Or are you going to increase it? Yep, so you can shift up, so which means it's a +3 now.
Woo!
Alright. So just make sure you mark that wherever you want to mark that, or just remember it.
Biclops.
Yes.
I bet you can't laser that guy in the head.
Which one?
I point at the dude with the, the guy that's walking around.
Well, with another one of these bets. Last time, I lost that awesome set of armor you picked up. But alright, I'll take this bet. And if Biclops flips open his binoculars, and as he does, he unleashes the beams, the energy within his cranium out of his eye sockets, focusing down the one walking around.
Alright, and are you using the move Unleash Your Powers, or are you going to use an ability?
I will unleash my power as asked.
Alright, so roll 2d6 plus your Unreal.
So, alright, so that's not an ability, that's different. So it doesn't spend a charge.
No, it doesn't spend a charge, this is like your normal attack.
Okay, cool. Alright, so plus my Unreal, which is Unreal. Alright. Ooh, that is a total of 10.
Alright, that is a success with a bonus. So, from 100 meters away, you run forward, take a stance, poke your head forward, you flip up those little sort of covers on your goggles and shoot out that orange beam that glows behind your eyes, and you cut this snowman directly in half. All the other snowmen who were kind of unmoving then begin to like scatter and shoot wildly in the air. So what we'll do is we'll put a condition on them. Let's just say they are chaotic. They're not working as a team. You can use that to your advantage. I'll give a +1 for whoever wants to use that chaotic tag. If they're going to use the chaos of the situation, you get a +1 to your roll.
Nice.
And that snowman is dead.
Is he dead, or is he just liquefied?
We will never know, or will we? Bomb, bomb, bomb. Who wants to turn now? Thorin Thunderlord, or
Yep. Well, I think this is a fine time for a little throwdown.
And I jump off of the cruiser onto the ground, and I'm swinging my hammer around, swinging it around as I charge up my awesome energy, and I rolled an 8, giving me 2 charges to do stuff.
nice.
Ha ha! I think these little puny snowmen need to feel the storm.
Nice.
Which is one of my abilities. I get to channel a destructive burst with my powers, spending 1 charge to engage a threat, and I get to roll Unreal instead of Brawn, which is engage a threat. Moves, yep. I rolled a 4. So I got a 6 all up, so with a 6, what do I do? Engage a threat.
Yeah, okay.
Shocking roll, chap.
What happens is you release the storm. It doesn't, because you didn't quite do it amongst your enemies or the snowmen. So you do it where you are as you leap off the cruiser. lightning starts shooting out of the sky and slamming into the ground. It hits the cruiser, which catches on fire, spins out of control as it's hovering. It crashes into the park that's out the front of the Darkhaven library, and you have lost the cruiser. It's a burning mess right now.
Oh, man.
It's okay. Jeeves can fix that up for us.
Again.
Yeah, you're right, actually.
All of the snowmen turn and look towards you guys now. The Chaos tag is gone.
Oh crap!
Is gone. They're focusing towards the flaming wreck of the cruiser.
As I see my favorite cruiser go up in flames, I get...
Well, not your favorite one, because you really like the Guava cruiser, don't you?
Oh, look, it depends. It's more of a summer cruiser. I preferred that one. For the sake of argument. And so, I, start to see red, I lose control of myself, I get all big and purple. Name of my next sex tape. And I would like to incredible smash the snowmen that I feel have directly caused the demise of my cruiser.
Alright. Awesome. You cause 1 harm to yourself to deal harm to up to 3 enemies. So you can jump up there. You want to...
Oh, yeah.
What you
I
do...
would like to...
Sorry, go.
Is there some kind of platform? Or some kind of raised section nearby?
Yeah, so there's stairs leading up to like the top of the... Or I should say the base of the library where you enter and where all the pillars are. So there's a big set of stairs and then that sort of ground level.
Yeah. Could I, get really, really angry and go and climb up one of the pillars and then jump off and try and body slam a couple of dudes at the same time?
Absolutely. So you charge up, you leap onto the pole, you jump even higher, coming down on a body slam, and because it's your ability, you don't have to roll for it. You slam down, which causes you some harm. So mark wherever on a piece of paper or anywhere you want. If you can edit your character sheet, you can add a harm in there. Up to 3 harm. Things get serious when you take 3 harm.
Okay.
So you crush 3 snowmen. There are only maybe 5 left.
Okay. And I just with their corpses, I just snow angel where they were. Is there any blood or shit, or are they just sort of held together by magic?
As you slam them into the ground, now that you're closer, you see this blue energy dissipate from them. But there's no blood. There's nothing like that.
Okay. Cool. No, just snow angel.
Alright. The snowmen begin to shoot at... Let's see. I will go and say... Well, who's the biggest threat right now? I'm going to say they're going to shoot at the Incredible Bulk, because there's a storm going on where the others are that seems to be dealing with them. So all of the snowmen that are surrounding you, because you crushed most of their friends, they turn their laser rifles on you, and they will attack.
Can I try to defend?
You can absolutely try to defend.
Awesome. And
an ability, or you want to just use the defend?
Well, I will use take my shield. Whenever you defend someone, roll brawn instead of expert.
Yep.
That was not the first roll I wanted. That's not bad. That was a 9.
A 9. So, describe what it looks like when you go over there to help him.
As the Incredible Bulk is doing snow angels, completely unaware of the encroaching rifle-armed snowmen, I will dive in front of him, between him and the snowmen, who begin firing their laser rifles.
Yep.
And I will just throw my shield in front of me as I dive into the snow.
So they all fire as you dive into the snow, lifting your shield up. You block all of the lasers from hitting little Moss, but you feel one zap and sting you in the back. You take 1 harm, but you protect him from taking harm.
Thanks, Captain.
That's okay, Bulk. I'm always here to help. Now go make snow angels out of those ones.
It's good.
All right.
I like that.
Next.
I think it's time to turn it up. So, Biclops. As the cruiser, he sheds a tear as another one of his creations is blowing up behind him. He jumps out, activates like hero fall mode, so where he lands perfectly. He targets this like where a whole heap of the snowmen are lined up, and as he falls, he then wishes to. So I'm going to turn it up.
Yep.
So channel the full capacity of incredible powers to overcome obstacle, reshape your environment, extend your senses.
Yep.
So I'll burn 2. So I rolled an 8 before.
Yep.
So I'll use up both. I get a 10 plus when I unleash my powers. And he will basically lift off his protective goggles and just open his eyes to natural environment to allow chaos reign from his face hole.
Yeah, nice. Right,
Underneath, he actually has a singular eye.
Good.
So what happens is not just a singular beam, but you know when there's the flare at the start, so it flares and does like a point beam, sort of like Dragon Ball Z where the Kamehameha wave.
Yep.
Goes out, flares out, and then down into a primed column of beam. Just passes through a whole heap of them.
Sweet. So you cut 2 of the snowmen down with that beam. So there's another 3 left. All right.
Can I ask a clarifying question?
Yeah.
So when you use an ability, like a special ability, does that exhaust, or can you just do that as many times as you like?
You can do it as many times as you like. Some of the characters have what is called charge. So at the beginning of a scene or an encounter, a battle, whatever, they roll for their charge, which gives them a certain amount of charges which they can spend on things. So once they spend all their charges, then they can't use those special abilities. They have to use the normal moves.
Cool.
Yep, well, don't worry, Biclops, I can finish off these 2. 3. So I'm going to just directly engage the threat.
Nice.
And roll a 6. Oh no, 6 plus 2. That's 8.
Alright, so you pick one of the following. Resist or avoid their blows, take something from them, create an opportunity for your allies, impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
I'm just going to stand there, swinging my hammer by the strap, and lightning sparking off it, and just stare off into the horizon, impressing them.
Impressing them?
Yep, I'm impressing them.
So what we'll do is
that is impressive.
I'll put a little tag up there saying that they are distracted. So you get a +1 to your roll if you use that tag on your next move, whoever decides to use it, until they're not distracted anymore. So whoever wants to go next goes.
So can I As I see that they're kind of diverted, can I directly engage them and try and smash them?
You certainly can.
Alright, so can I roll brawn?
If you want to directly engage the threat,
Yep,
yeah, you can use that move, which is expert or brawn.
I'll use brawn.
Cool.
Because my expert is -1.
Yeah.
8.
Okay, 8. So,
I think that doesn't. This is not very good, is it?
like you can pick one of those things below. 10 is pick 2. It's supposed to say trade blows and pick one. So you can pick a thing down there to use.
I go up behind one of them and I
Yep.
try and frighten him.
Frighten them.
Yeah.
All
While they're
right.
distracted. I go up behind them and like roar and smash on the ground or something.
Okay, so you frighten them, and one of them blasts their laser, which cuts one of his snowman allies in half. So there's only 2 left. They're both scattered. They're sort of running away now. They're sliding away from you guys.
As I see the one cut in half by his friend and starts slothing in half, I think it looks a little bit like Olaf, and I shed a small tear. Because the magic of Christmas is being snuffed out.
Yeah, that's true.
Hmm.
Who is next?
I will go, and I will then directly engage.
Nice.
Directly engage a threat. Oh. That is a 12.
Nice. So you hit one of them, and you get to pick anything from the list. That list below.
I will. So have I just destroyed the last one?
There's still one more after that.
Okay, I will create an opportunity for my ally.
Nice. So what does it look like when you kill that guy, and what does it look like when you create the opportunity?
So I punch him with my shield, and his snow head just puffs into powder snow.
Yep. And so there's that one more. What opportunity do you create for them?
I will throw my pistol at it, and it will flick, and it will take out. It'll smudge snow over its eye holes, blinding the creature.
Nice. All right. The creature is blind. It cannot see where it's going. I'll give a +1 forward to whatever anybody wants to do next.
Alright. Biclops goes, I'll show you some real moves. And he as he sees the pistol flying and hit the guy and bouncing off, he directs his laser beam at the pistol and angles it at the last... Sorry, directly engage.
You're shooting at my pistol?
Yeah, bouncing it off the pistol. It's the special one. It's made of some raritanium.
Raritanium.
Unable to take damage anium.
Adamantium.
So he is unleashing his beast powers. That sucks. Alright, that's I'm assuming that is the extra 1 from them being gained.
Yep.
Plus Unreal's 3. Is it just +1 from Ben's character? Yeah, alright. 3, 4, 7.
7. Okay. So, you fire at the gun. It bounces off. It kills the snowman, obliterating it. But the gun is cut in half. It's like a smouldering mess on the ground.
Didn't you bring your proper pistol?
Broke my pistol in half. I told you, none of them are made of the material. It's called raritanium for a reason. Look at the third pistol you destroyed.
Didn't you get it from the gunsmith? I thought he said it was raritanium.
The gunsmith you're talking about is just some random crazy man in a shop.
Well, I feel bad for him now. We killed him real bad. This way was so easy.
He's not pissed off, he's pissed off. Whoa!
Alright, and as all of the snowmen are now decimated and lying in lumps of fluffy snow with their broken carrot noses, squashed hats, and smouldering laser rifle guns are just resting quietly, you see through the doors that are open in the Darkhaven library a beam that just begins to shoot up in the air through the glass dome roof of the library into the sky, into the clouds above Darkhaven. And you see those clouds getting darker and darker, and this sort of teal blue energy like lightning flickering out and then back up into the clouds as more snow begins to fall. And you guys see these large crystalline icicles drop from the sky and start piercing into the ground, breaking into the bitumen, breaking into the cement, passing right through vehicles that are driving by. And you hear laughing on the inside of the library.
Darkhaven will be cold forever!
Dude, you need to chill out, I say, with my fists on my hips.
What? Who's there?
Uh-oh.
Hello? Hello?
It's us, the Collective.
What? Did you say?
The Collective, we are here to defeat your evil plans.
Damn it! The Collective's here. You three. Yes. No, you. Yep, you. Go and deal with them, you idiots.
Who talking to?
We're here to collect the trash. Oh wait, I was too late for that joke. Damn
What does
it.
the trash have to do with it? It's snow themed, man.
And as you guys walk into the Darkhaven library, you guys see some figures walking down towards you.
So I see them, the silhouettes sort of forming in shadows being cast over the stairs, and because I'm probably the closest, I slink up against the door and pressing myself up against the wall, knowing that they won't be able to see me.
Wait, are you still in bulk form?
Hell yeah, I am.
So as the Incredible Bulk is sneaking up against the door of the Darkhaven library, and the rest of you are sort of walking in cautiously, you see the three silhouettes walking towards you. One person straight further at the back, you see all the light shining down from the broken glass roof of the library, shining down on him. And this blue, he's sort of lit in this blue energy light from this huge machine, this massive machine with all these tubes and satellite type dishes and this big swirling turbine fan that's pointed up towards the ceiling. And you see him there with this glass domed helmet and this robotic type of torso suit. He's wearing goggles inside this glass domed helmet, these pink eye goggles. His skin is an icy white, and his helmet, when he looks and turns his head towards you guys coming in as he's working on this machine, you see all these flecks like a snow globe moving around in there. And the silhouettes finally walk into these dull lights of the library, and you see three familiar villains. Villains that have decided to align themselves with Dr. Frost. First, you see the shorter one, this slightly hunched jester. His name is Jokey, and he's the trickster from Lasgard Asylum. He's there. In his hand, he has a grenade and an axe. He's juggling two of these flaming axes and this grenade as he's walking towards you, and he's just laughing. You see this huge hulking form next to him on his left, just as big as the Incredible Bulk. You see him walk out into the light, his tan skin with this sort of blue X belt across his chest, these red underwear, blue boots, red gloves, and he has what looks like a large coffee mug for a head. 2 eye holes cut in them. So as you see him walk out into that light, he flexes and he says,
You all know me. I'm the Juggernog, and you're about to feel a world of pain. I'm going to destroy you, break you. Imagine a ceramic teacup, and I have it in my hand. So delicate, oh so delicate. And then I throw it to the floor. I stomp on it. I body slam upon it. It is no longer a teacup. It was mere shards, pieces of ceramic, just seconds ago. Now it is just fine dust, in which cannot seem to take any form or shape. It has been crushed, smashed into 1,000 tiny pieces. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Can you please repeat that?
as he punches his fist into his hand.
I think I got bored about halfway through that speech.
Then, the third one walks out from the shadows. He is wearing a fine black suit with a long red cape. He has white fur around his collar and a mistletoe hanging from his neck on like a brooch. He has two swords in his hand. They're both hooked swords and they're painted like candy canes. Raj Al Ghul stands in front of you. The Lord of the Assassins. He points his swords towards you, motioning out in a fanning, like moving them out in a fanning motion. And he says, "Prepare to die. Raj Al Ghul has arrived, and his assassins are not far behind." He takes a bow.
So, can I step in?
Absolutely.
I would like to provoke Jug Eggnog. Is that what you called him? The Jug Eggnog?
The Juggernog.
That's pretty awesome.
Thank you.
I'm like,
Jug Eggnog!
Jug Eggnog. I love it.
Juggernog.
It's like,
You cheap knock off. Now I knock your head off.
and then I'm just goading him. I'm
Nice.
trying to provoke him to attack me.
Cool. So roll, guys.
Okay, rolling dice. Oh, yeah, 12.
All right. So on a 10 plus, they rise to the bait and they do what they want. What you want. So what do you want them to do? So it can be one of the things from below. You can choose that, or you can sort of make up your own thing.
Yeah, okay, cool. I think I would like to provide an opportunity for my allies, and I point to him. I point to my head and a smash in my fist or something like that.
Cool. So as you call him a knockoff, he
Me? A knockoff? That is the most disgusting thing you could say about a man like me.
and you will have a +1 going forward against them. Or one of your friends, one of your allies has a +1
Yep.
when they
Cool.
when they engage him in some way. All right, who wants to go next?
So, I would also like to provoke someone.
Yep.
Can the Juggernog be moving towards Bulk?
Yeah, he would be slowly walking towards him. Yep.
So, Biclops moves in between Juggernog and what was the first one?
Jokey.
Jokey. So he's moving between Jokey, and then he goes, "Oi, Jokey, I thought you were a joker, not the juggler." Because he's juggling all the stuff. And he's trying to bait him to throw his bomb towards Biclops / hopefully beyond Biclops towards Juggernog.
All right. So yeah, roll plus guys.
Alright, that's a pretty good roll. Guys. Oh no, it's -1. Terrible dad jokes don't work in real life. Alright, I got a 6.
You got a 6? Ooh, yikes. Alright. So basically what happens is Jokey turns to you, juggling his flaming axes and the grenade, and because you got a fail with the negative, he throws one of the flaming axes and it hits you in the shoulder, bouncing to the ground. You take a wound. So mark that, and you're on fire. That's put out there. So you will take a -1 to your next roll until the fire is dealt with in some way.
Okay.
Could be by anyone. Could be just by you. Took a hard move against you. Wound, and you're on fire. What I think happens next is Raj Al Khul. He's going to make a move, and he's going to directly engage Thorin Thunderlord. So as all that's going on there, he's just going to charge in towards you, Thorin, and he is going to... He swings his candy cane blades towards you, and he uses 1,000 tiny cuts, he says, as he slashes towards you. Alright, because he's a villain, he succeeds with a bonus. So you take 1 wound, and he trips you up. So you are on the ground at the moment, and you will take a -1 to directly engaging a threat. So if you choose to do that, you'll take a -1 to that roll.
All right. I'm going to ask: is this a new scene that I would have a charge up again?
Yeah.
All right.
You can roll your charge. You and Biclops can roll your charge.
I got a 5, which is only 2 charges and -1 brawn going forward.
So I'm good. I've got 2 charges. As he's tripped me up, I'm going to use Cosmic Luck. So when I directly engage a threat in a terrifying fashion, spend the charge to choose an additional option. So I'm going to try and trip him. I'm going to swing my hammer at his ankles, trying to trip him onto myself.
All right.
I don't care about his swords. I'm going to make him fall on top of me.
Cool.
Alright, so 8 plus 2 minus 1 is 9.
Alright. And so, you pick one of those.
I'm going to take something from him. As I swung my hammer at his legs, he definitely got out of the way, but he slipped on my cloak and dropped one of his swords.
Nice. And now you have that sword, and you're both sort of laying on the ground facing each other.
Yep.
All right. And who would like? Oh, you did your turn there. Who would like to go next?
I would like to go.
All right.
And seeing that Juggernog is distracted, I will rush at him, and I will grab out my solid police baton.
Nice.
I'm gonna hit him in the shins.
Oh.
So, I will directly engage. So, on a +1 from the distraction, was that correct?
Yeah, absolutely, because he's distracted, yep.
I'm sorry, little bulk. I'm sorry, big bulk. That was a 9.
A 9?
Yep.
So, you're directly engaging a threat?
Yes.
Yep, cool. So you pick one of the following. So you see that list there? Of resist or avoid their blows, take something from them, create an opportunity for your allies, impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
I will impress the opposition, because I hear a little bit of a crack when I hit his shins, and I'm like, that's a bit harder than a teapot. And he laughs, and we have a bit of a moment.
You on your knees at this point? Like, what? How did you get down there?
What do you want to create from that? Like, do you want to create a bonus of some sort there?
Well, yeah, like I kind of want to distract him a little bit. Like he's like, I get that, Captain, and then bam, little bulk like punches him in the face.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So he's distracted. We will give whoever attacks him we'll get a +1 going forward there.
Got a rule question.
Yep.
Overwhelm a vulnerable foe. How do we make someone vulnerable?
Basically, when you knock them down enough wound points.
Yep.
All right. So what's going to happen now is who hasn't acted of the enemies? That would be our big boy, the Juggernog. What he will do is he sees Captain New Ettica there. And he just made the joke at him. He is going to turn towards Captain New Ettica. He will say,
I was going to deal with incredible bulk, but now I shall deal with you. Like I was talking about the teacup earlier, the teacup will be you, if you didn't get what I was saying before.
and he will, he's just going to directly engage the threat. That's a 7. So what he will do is create an opportunity for his allies. He is going to bear hug you, Captain New Ettica. You have your shield there. He is going to get his big arms, wrap them around you, and he's going to hold you there. And he yells out to his allies, turns to Jokey, turns to Rajal Cool, and says,
I've got him! Quick, hit him!
and
Sound I make.
nice. Yeah, that's it. You were held by him, and they will be able to. They'll get a +1 to hitting you. Next, anybody wants to have a turn? Go ahead.
Yes. So Biclops.
Yep.
Is on fire.
Yes.
The oil stains on his coat. Is
it a yellow and blue coat by any chance?
It is.
Good.
Well, he changed when they were gearing up.
Yeah.
Out of his normal workday smock
Attire.
to his and it's on fire. So he would like to assess the situation.
Yep.
So I get to choose Seeker Wits, which I will use Wits. That's a 6, 7, 8. That's an 8.
Nice.
He would. What here can I use to put out this fucking fire? This flaming fire.
So, in the assess situation, how could we best end this quickly? And this being the fire. There is snow out there, outside. There is also what looks like might be some sort of cold machine down the other end where Dr. Frost is. They're your two things that you get from this
Alright.
roll.
So Biclops will manly scream and run out the door into the snow.
Alright. Alright. Nice.
I'd like to defend the captain. So, yeah, trying to get him out of the bear hug. So I roll expert, is it?
Yep. Expert.
9.
9?
Yeah.
Alright, so it succeeds, but it exposes you to danger or escalates the situation. So you break Captain New Ettica out of the hold of the Juggernog. Captain New Ettica drops to the ground with his shield ready. That +1 against him is gone, so you've cleared that out. But from that happening, you get punched by the Juggernog.
Yep.
He knocks you flying and against the wall. Against the pillar, breaking the pillar, and some rubble from the roof and the pillar fall down, and sort of block near the door where Biclops ran out.
Do I take a harm?
You don't take a harm from that one, no.
Okay.
Right, lying on the ground next to Raj Al Kul, Thorin is going to roll into a crouch and then stab the candy cane sword that he just picked up into Raj Al Kul to directly engage a threat.
Nice.
Try my single piercing cut.
Got an 8.
Alright. So,
I'm going to try and... Can I just stab him in the hand and make him drop the other sword?
yeah.
That's
You wanna
what I
take
do.
it? You want to take that from him too?
Yep.
Is that what you're trying to do? Alright. So,
You should
It doesn't-
take his life.
it doesn't
Just
quite
take
wound him.
something.
He blocks it, but you use the hook of the candy cane blade to twist it around, flicking the hook up in the air, and you catch it. Where do you catch it? Because you got your hammer in one hand, you got the other candy cane sword in your mouth. Where do you catch it?
I catch it in my beard.
It
Skewers
just
through
goes-
my beard. So-
That's great. You catch it in your beard, and it sticks.
Saving that for later.
All right.
I can do that with a pencil.
Jokey. I think Jokey sees this. His friend or his ally is armless, or unarmed, I should say, not armless because he's still got his arms. And he will. Where is he? He will use Bonbon. So he's juggling these things. He just looks at the situation. All of them fall to the ground, including the grenade. He looks at his hand. The pin is in there. He then puts the pin on one finger, looks at it, like stretches his hand out, like like this, and he like looks at it. Ah, isn't it beautiful? And then he kicks the grenade. It rolls over towards you. It explodes with a puff of confetti, and out of the grenade falls these little bonbons. And on either side of them, you see these little wicks that are going tss, and they explode. You see, as it explodes, you see a joke fly past, and just as the camera goes into slow motion as you fly back from the little cheap toys that have exploded apart and hit you, the gunpowder explosion, you read the little joke, and it says, "What did the cannibal do after eating the vegetable?"
I don't know what.
The answer says, "He sold the wheelchair."
Oh.
So how much damage am I taking for that? Should have kept my eyes closed.
How villainous. Damn Jokey with his disgusting jokes. That's not even funny.
It's like, I think the whole party needs to take damage for hearing that.
Can Biclops come in and go, huh?
Well, Biclops is outside. He's cooling himself down in the snow. And there's some rubble in front of the door, so he can't just pop back in as easy. So you take one wound, Thorin Thunderlord, and I tried to search up like the worst Christmas joke for that bad villain, and I'm pretty sure I succeeded.
That was definitely it.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's worse ones.
Yeah, probably, but that was pretty bad. And I thought, and if I'm doing a villain, I need to get a bad joke.
It was bad, but it was also like PG rated.
Kinda. Yeah. You would probably actually get that in a Christmas joke anyway. Anyway, that's there. Does anybody else want to take an action?
I already have in getting Thingy out of danger, yeah?
Yeah, so Biclops or Captain New Ettica?
So, the Master of Assassins before said that his assassins are not far behind him. I would like to assess the situation.
Alright. Assess the situation, roll, seek, or wins.
Oh man, that was loud and shit. That was a 4.
4. You hear something on the roof. You think it might be the assassins running around up there.
Guys, there are assassins on the roof! I scream.
Alright. As you scream, all of your scream that out, all of your allies look up, and they are momentarily distracted. They will have +1, like the enemies will have +1s on you guys when they roll, which takes me straight to the Juggernaut's turn. As you are yelling out, looking up at the roof, Captain New Ettica, because you're the closest one, he is going to use his ability, which is called Grab and Smash. So he will... that's okay. That is a 9. He will pick you up.
Oh no.
He will smash you into the ground, causing 1 harm. And he has he's got a grip on you, but it takes a negative for him. So what happens is, as he smashes you into the ground, you crack the floor, and his leg goes down into the basement level below, and he's stuck. So he will take +1 to hit.
Nice. You fool, Juggernog.
Next, maybe...
Yes. So, behind Juggernog, you see a glow from the wall in the shape of Biclops.
Nice.
And the wall, outline, fizzles, sparks into flame, and crumbles to the ground as Biclops steps into the room.
Beautiful.
He will go to Captain... Is Captain Darkhaven? New Ettica. Captain New Ettica. Do you need a boost? Do the reflect maneuver. I was like... So he's got a fire at his shield, and he wants to direct it at the Juggernaut's head.
Nice. So, Captain New Ettica, roll directly engage a threat +1.
Nice.
From Biclops, and then +1 again from Juggernaut's leg being in the hole.
Okay. Oh, mercy. 14.
14. All right. So Biclops is there. He blasts through the wall. He says, "Do the reflect maneuver." You lift up your shield immediately. He takes off his goggles. A huge ball of light and flares out of his eyes. It shoots towards you in a thinner column of beam energy. You block it and redirect it straight up into the Juggernaut's head. Sends him flying, crashing into the wall. He falls to the ground in a heap, unmoving. He is unconscious.
K.O.
You see out of his head is cracked, and there's this milky looking substance that sort of smells like rum leaking out of it.
Not again.
Is it out of his... If it's out of, is there cracks, under his eyes? And the milk's, leaking out like tears?
Yeah, it's out of his eyes and out of the side of his head as well.
Nice.
So he is gone. Next, I think, at seeing his enemy, his ally knocked unconscious, Dr. Frost turns to you and says,
How dare you interrupt my plans? Darkhaven is mine, and you, collective, will do nothing to stop me, for I shall freeze you in your place with my atomic freeze ray.
And he pulls free this large gun-like cannon. And out the back of it is this big tube leading up to his machine. And he, with the first sort of grip at the front of the cannon thing, he cocks it like a shotgun, with the big handle, and then he shoots this big freeze ray. And he fails completely. What happens is he shoots the beam. It's too powerful for him, and it freezes one of his allies. It freezes Raz Al Ghul to the freezes him. The beam cuts through, freezes him to the ground, so he's stuck there, reaching up in the air, completely frozen.
Now he's very cool.
He's out of the game as well. So it's just Dr. Frost and Jokey.
Nice.
Anybody would like a turn?
I would like to yell out to the Bulk. Bulk! Throw me like a baseball! Look, I can just give that suggestion to Little Bulk, and I'll let him do what he wants.
Alright. Little Moss might have been knocked unconscious from when he was thrown against the wall. So we'll just, looks like Incredible Bulk is laying there amongst some rubble against the wall. He's not really moving at the moment, so somebody else can take a turn.
Alright, so I'm going to rush up to Jokey, and I've been racking my brains for a return pun, but I couldn't get it, so I'm going to feel the storm, swing my lightning charged hammer towards Jokey.
Alright.
Did I have any advantage to that?
No.
Oh, I got 9.
So plus your brawn?
I rolled a 7 plus 2 is 9.
Alright. So this is going to cause some unwanted collateral damage unless you spend another...
No, cause the damage!
Cause the damage?
All the damage.
Cool. So let's say, can we say that he swings it, he knocks something, and there's going to be rubble falling onto him, and Biclops will go, ah! And he will fire his beam and destroy the rubble by spending a charge. He's that ability.
Yeah,
so
cool. You
shift
can definitely do that.
Fail result to a pass.
So, when Thorin Thunderlord yells "Feel the storm," all this lightning starts bursting through the roof into Jokey.
Feel the storm.
Yeah, starts slamming down into the ground around Jokey and hitting him. But then, like Peter just said, all this rubble and pieces of the roof are collapsing down straight upon Thorin Thunderlord. And
look out!
Biclops, you unleash your powers to stop the rubble from falling on him, and you shift that fail roll up to a pass or a success with a bonus. So what happens is you blast some of that rubble, it goes flying and slams into the machine at the far end, and the beams get smaller. And you notice the snow overhead starting to get lighter. And Dr. Frost yells out,
"My machine, you fools! My machine!"
And it looks like the Incredible Bulk stands up, holding his head as he's quite dizzy. What does he want to do?
He shakes the dust from his head. He sees that Dr. Frost seems pretty upset about the whole machine thing, so he'd like to directly engage the machine and just try and smash it to a pulp with his fists.
Alright, sweet. So you leap over there with your fists in the air. Would you like to roll 2d6 and then plus your expert or your brawn?
It's definitely going to be brawn. That is a 9.
9. Cool. So you get to choose one of the things below. Resist or avoid their blows, take something from them, create an opportunity for your allies.
I would like to just take something off the machine.
Alright. So, let's just say you snatch out this large, icy tube, or cylinder, I should say. You rip it out of the machine, and you see all the pipes and tubes that are metal start to get hotter and steam start to sort of blast out of the machine. And Dr. Frost turns to you and he says,
My machine! It'll overheat! You fool! You fool! It'll explode and destroy us all!
and he throws down his large ice cannon, and he runs over to his machine and starts pressing buttons and turning knobs and flicking toggles as you're holding it, though, because you rolled a 9, right?
Yep.
As you're holding it, you feel this immense cold emanating from the device, and your hands are stuck to it.
Oh, crap. I just try and, when you got something stuck and you're like trying to fling it off and you can't, you just keep flinging it around.
Alright. It is Jokey's turn. He will, as he's been struck by lightning and stuff like that, he takes off his jester hat and he puts his hand in there and he quickly pulls out a rabbit, which he squeezes. It explodes into confetti, and then you feel the confetti raining down on all of you because it's all in the air. And it rains down on him too, but you all take 1 harm as the little bits of confetti fall on you, and it burns. Everyone except who's further away?
Biclops.
The bulk and Dr. Frost don't take it, but everyone else does. You feel the confetti land on your skin, and it sizzles like acid if the confetti is made out of acid. So everyone takes 1 harm, including himself, which means the confetti blows back on him, and he's like, and it's like sizzling, and he just goes straight into like a mortis rigor, and he falls on his back, his eyes and his mouth wide open.
I have taken 3 harm.
As have I.
Oh. Alright, so, Captain New Ettica, you're down on 1 knee, your shield is 1 meter from you, you're reaching for it, your vision is blurring, you've got these little burns all over you, you're bleeding from your nose, you turn and you see the incredible Bulk shaking his hands around as this ice cylinder thing is stuck there, he's roaring and he's shaking his hands around. You see Thorin Thunderlord also trying to pick himself up off the ground as he has fallen. He rests his hand on some rubble, but he slips off, hitting the ground. It is up to Biclops. You have a turn. You look around, you see that scene. Captain New Ettica falls down unconscious with his hand just resting on his shield, just gripping it. Dr. Frost is up at the machine, pressing his buttons, not paying attention to what's going on. The Bulk is sort of getting angry with this thing. What are you doing?
Alright, so Biclops knows the pact, and the pact is for the greater good.
The greater good.
He will target Dr. Frost's helmet, the snow globe. Yeah, the snow globe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He will attempt to shatter it with his laser beam eyes. He will unleash his power and fire at him as he's distracted.
I'm going to give you a +1 because he's distracted.
Cool. That is a 9. I rolled 2 4s. Oh, sorry,
Oh.
plus Unreal. Hold on, that's +3. 4, 8, 11, 12.
Awesome. So that's almost like a perfect hit. So you unleash your beam. You fire it out. The 2 lasers from the goggles intertwine into almost like a braid, a swirling beam which hits the back of Dr. Frost's glass-domed helmet. It melts all of this cold air just starts blowing out. All the specks from the snow globe-like helmet starts to flick out. He turns. You see him fall to his knees. He's trying to find the hole. He's trying to cover it with his hands, but he can't. It's too big. He falls down on one hand, looking up at you with his pinky purple coloured goggles. His pencil moustache. He looks up at you and he says,
Biclops, you have bested me, but until you deal with my cold machine, Darkhaven will forever be frozen. An icy speck on this disgusting city. I can feel the humidity already.
He falls down and you see his white, pale skin thawing to a rosy colour as he falls unconscious. But the machine behind him is steaming and the metal is sort of rattling and the beam is flicking off and on, sometimes flicking on really big, sometimes shooting up a tiny little beam. Big chunks of ice are just falling from the sky at this point. Little Bulk, or Incredible Bulk, it is your turn. You still have this thing in your hands. The machine is there. Biclops is walking up to it. Your two other friends are unconscious. What are you doing?
I feel... Thematically, I feel like I just need to keep smashing this machine until it stops hurting me.
The thing on your hands or the whole machine?
Well, I feel like I need to use the thing in my hands to try and smash the machine apart.
Alright.
Or what I could do is go over to that guy's steaming head and get it to like unweld itself from me and then use the machine to beat it to death. To beat itself to death.
Nice. So... Did you want to use direct engage threatly, or engage a threat directly? Or use I'm unstoppable, your ability?
Yeah, I think I'm going to smash my way through the machine.
Yeah, cool. So his ability, I'm unstoppable, you smash your way through the scenery to get away from something. To get to or away from something. Roll plus brawn on a hit. The world breaks before you and you get what you want. Otherwise,
crap.
There's some things that happen.
Yeah, this could go bad, but we'll see what happens. Ooh, 11.
11. Alright, well, that is a success. So, what does it look like when you charge through smashing this machine?
So, I think I'm crazed from the machine, like the pipe welding itself to my hand, and so I just start to use it to like smash through the machine to try and get away from the cold.
So you're like thrashing around, trying to smash this thing off. You make your way over to the machine. You start smashing through it, trying to get this thing off your hands. You smashing, gripping on pipes, trying to pull it free. It's still stuck there, frozen to you. You see the icicles moving up. You just start to smash and rip and throw yourself into it. Biclops, you're just standing there seeing him go ham on this friggin' giant machine. Halfway through it, the thing actually comes off. Incredible Bulk, but you don't even know. You're just smashing and ripping it up, and you tear up the floor and you smash through into the basement, and you start throwing out all the pieces of the machinery that's come through. The beam flickers out as you've smashed through all of it, and the clouds begin to sort of clear up overhead, and a beam of light from the sky shines down into the hole that you've made where the machine once was. And you look up to it, and you hear in your cargo shorts pocket, your headphones have been unplugged from your little MP3 player or cassette player, whatever you're using, and you can hear that calming music. And you shrink down to Little Bulk, and you look around and you see everything smashed. Biclops, you're over the edge, you're looking down at Little Bulk. What do you guys do?
So, like, As he comes to realization, he actually hears Biclops going, Bulk, you've done it. Bulk,
What? What happened? I blacked out there for a second.
you've done it. You destroyed the machine.
Oh,
Let's go help our friends.
jolly good.
All right. He lifts out little Bulk out from.
I throw the pipe away in my hand, and then I climb back up.
And we go back to our allies.
All right, you pick up your allies. They're not in very good shape. You call through to Albert. He sends the collective mobile. Driving around the corner, the collective mobile arrives. He presses a button, and it transforms into like a large wagon type collective mobile. You put your friends, your allies in the back of it, and Albert begins to tend to them. You get in the vehicle. You drive through the streets of Darkhaven, and all the clouds are dissipating. There is no longer snow falling. You see the civilians of Darkhaven using hockey sticks and baseball bats, some of them using swords and axes to cut down these snowmen that are in the street. The snowmen, you see some of them were holding their rifles forward, but they are no longer moving. And the people of Darkhaven are knocking over snowmen and destroying them. As you make your way towards a traffic jam, the collective mobile hovers off the ground and flies towards Collective Tower. Thorin Thunderlord and Captain New Ettica. You both wake up in the tower. You're in hospital beds. Captain New Ettica, you as soon as you wake up, Albert has a set of weights there for you. It's your favourite thing to do in the morning. You start pumping some weights.
Aren't I in a hospital bed?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You're Captain New Ettica.
Doesn't matter, you gotta have the commitment, man.
Yeah. Thorin Thunderlord, as you wake up, there is a tray over your bed. There is a whole haunch of turkey, a big mug of ale, peas, corn, bacon, eggs, all piled up in this big pile. Biclops, you are tinkering away, fixing up a new cruiser, laying underneath it, using a wrench to tighten something.
Little Bulk walks into the hospital room with some hot tea and sits down next to Captain New Ettica. That was a sticky wicket you're on there, fellow. You did not look in good shape. Captain? He's dead!
My captain!
I start performing CPR.
You start performing CPR. I was just doing weights!
Alfred walks in. Sorry, not Alfred, sorry. Albert walks in and he's like, I told him to have a nap. Little Bulk, what are you doing? Get your mouth off of him.
I offered him some tea and he passed out.
It was sleepy time tea.
As Biclops, you walk in covered in grease with like a pipe wrench in your hand. You're about to give them the good news that the cruiser is almost finished, probably another couple days' work. You're walking into the room there, and all of you see this shadowy figure just appear out of nowhere in the room with a hood, with a bow, a quiver on their back. You cannot see their face, but you hear a voice.
The assassins of Rajal Ghul will be coming to Darkhaven to deal with the collective. I mark the four of you dead.
And that is where we'll leave this holiday special episode.
Whew, that is an ominous finish.
Nice. I was going to say something witty, but we missed it.
thank you, listeners, for downloading. Thank you for being listeners and listening. That's amazing. I absolutely love it. We've had some people communicate with us about and giving us feedback on the podcast, which is awesome. We have really taken a lot of that feedback and sort of not changing the way we do things, but really examining the way we do things and sort of reacting to that, so it can be more of an enjoyable show and we can tell some better stories. So yeah, once again, thank you for being my friend. Thank you for being a cosmic space cow that flies through the galaxy and hands out candy to people who are deserving.
So speaking of deserving people, I'm sure you've all got friends and family who are getting some holiday gifts. Now, hopefully you've already been totally organised and got them all their gifts, but if you forgot, and if you've got really forgiving, patient friends and family, you should check out our shop. You can get to our shop through our website, beyondthedice.com. And when you're there, you can check out all our podcasts and read a few of the extra stuff we've got.
And all the extra stuff also appears on our Instagram, including cool minis, us playing games, all of the other cool stuff. So check that out at Beyond the Dice.
You can also find any news at our Facebook page, Beyond the Dice.
What's the address?
The address is
PbtA, but you can just search in Beyond the Dice and it will come up. It's nice and easy.
If you have some time, give us a review wherever you download our podcast. That would help us reach more people and grow our listener base. And, ultimately help us improve our podcast, because your constructive feedback helps us become better people. Thank you.
Oof, I love it. Love it when he goes off script. It makes me all warm inside.
Now I'm warm on the outside.
Yes, make sure that this holiday season you all keep warm on the outside and the inside. Eat lots of foods, get big and juicy, and enjoy your time with whoever you like to spend it with.
You'll be good food for cannibals.
Yeah, food for cannibals. From Beyond the Dice, thank you and goodbye.
goodbye.
Merry Christmas.
Night, guys.